Three prop firms, three very different approaches. And traders are asking the same thing. Which one's actually worth it? Apex is throwing out million-dollar payouts like it's nothing. Take Profit Trader is quietly gaining momentum. And Topstep still holding the crown? Or are they? But behind the flashy marketing, the payout screenshots, and the promo codes, what's really going on? Today, I'm comparing Take Profit Trader, Apex, and Topstep head to head. I'm covering the rules, the payouts, the pricing, transparency, and trader experience. If you're thinking of signing up with any of these prop firms, make sure to watch this video first before you risk your time, your money, or your trust. It's time to separate the hype from the truth. Real quick, before we break down each prop firm, if you're into trading content that tells it like it is, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're just getting started and there's a lot to cover, so stick around. All right, for this exercise, we're going to take a look at the 150K accounts. For those of you that have watched me live stream and have followed me for a while, you guys know that I love trading the minis, not the micros. So I think the 150K accounts offer a great balance in terms of risk to reward for traders that prefer minis versus micros. All right, let's take a look at the 150Ks and all the options available. So for instance, on a 150K platforms available, Take Profit Trader, you can go with Rhythmic and Tradeify. Apex, Rhythmic and Tradeify. Topstep, Rhythmic and Tradeify, but you can also open an account with Topstep X, which is their white label version of Project X. Profit goal, meaning the amount of profit you have to hit to get into the sim funded stage or pass your eval. $9,000 across the board. Daily loss limit. You guys know I hate daily loss limits. Take Profit Trader and Apex, no daily loss limit. Topstep, there is no daily loss limit if you open an account with Topstep X. However, if you open an account with Rhythmic, Tradeify, or the other platforms, you do have a daily loss limit of $3,000 on 150K evals. Drawdown type, Take Profit Trader is end of day. Apex is intraday, which remember, intraday includes unrealized gains. Make sure you get very familiar with end of day versus intraday drawdown. Topstep is also end of day. Max loss limit, the maximum amount of money you can lose before you blow the account. So Take Profit Trader, $4,500, Apex, $5,000, and Topstep, $4,500. Consistency rule. What does consistency rule mean? The maximum amount of profit you can make on any given day to hit your profit goal. So on Take Profit Trader, your consistency rule is 50%. Apex, no consistency rule in the eval stage. And Topstep, it is 50% as well. So what does that mean? So for instance, let's say you're trading on Topstep at 150K. You know that your profit goal is 9,000 with a 50% consistency rule. That means that your highest profit day should be $4,500 or more in profit. But what happens if you hit 6,000? Well, you just pushed your profit goal to 12,000. That's all the consistency rule means. So if your profit goal was originally 9,000 with a 50% consistency rule, and on any given day you hit, let's say, 6,000 during the eval stage, you just pushed your profit to 12,000 to be able to meet the 50% consistency rule. So make sure you understand the consistency rule and the percentages across different platforms or prop firms. Minimum trading days, the minimum amount of days you need to trade to get to your sim funded phase. With Take Profit Trader, 5. With Apex, 1 day pass. And Topstep, 2 days at 50% consistency rule. Maximum contract size, you can go full port, 15 minis across all threes prop firms, and the equivalent in micros, 150. Trading hours, the time that you need to close your position by. So with Take Profit Trader, you need to close by 5 p.m. Eastern. With Apex, 5 p.m. Eastern, and Topstep, 4:10 p.m. Eastern. Price, how much do these evals or testing phase accounts cost? For Take Profit Trader, you have $360 with a 30% discount. I included the most common discount. Take Profit Trader has been 30% really all year, which puts you at about $252 per month. With Apex, $297 full price, 80% discount. Now remember, with Apex, we see discounts of 90, 80, 70, 50%. It fluctuates. I went with the 80%, which is kind of like their most common one. So with $297 or $297 on a 150K, 80% discount puts you at around $60 a month. And Topstep, $375 full price, 60%, which is their ongoing discount all year, which puts you at $149 a month for a 150K. Well, that's just to get the eval. Let's say you do pass. Congratulations, you passed. You made it to the SIM funded stage. Now there's an activation fee to get your SIM funded account. With Take Profit Trader, no activation fees. With Apex, you have two options, $85 monthly or $150 lifetime. In other words, you pay it once. Again, these numbers are based on that 80% discount. The PA fee or the activation fee is about $85 on the monthly, and the $150 lifetime can go up and down depending on the discount that you purchase those accounts under. Topstep flat $149. So where does that put us in terms of final price after discount? Take Profit Trader, we're at $252. Apex, $145. Again, with that 80% discount, it could be less if you purchased your accounts at 90%. It could be more if you purchase them, let's say, at 70 or 50% discount. Topstep, never any discounts. It's pretty much been the same for a while now, $298. So that's your cost to get a SIM funded account with all three. Apex being the least at $145 if you get it at 80%, and Topstep probably the most expensive at around $300 with really no discounts throughout the year. So next step is funded phase. You passed your eval, you hit your profit goal, now you've activated your account. Let's take a look at the options and the rules once you get into the SIM funded stage. So once you get into SIM funded, you're going to hear the word profit buffer or safety net. This is the amount of profit you need to hit before you can request payouts. With Take Profit Trader, $4,500. Apex, $5,100. Topstep, there is no profit buffer. Let's take a look at the maximum amount that you can take out or request per payout. With Take Profit Trader, you can take any amount as long as it's above the profit buffer. For the 150K, it's $4,500. With Apex, pretty similar. You can take any amount above the buffer up to $2,750. And with Topstep, you can take up to $5,000 or 50% of your account balance or your account profit once you're in the SIM funded stage. Daily loss limit, again, I hate daily loss limits. No daily loss limit for Take Profit Trader and Apex on the SIM funded stage. No daily loss limit for Topstep if you opened your account on Topstep X. However, on all the other platforms, that daily loss limit carries over even into the XFA. By the way, with Topstep, the funded account is called the XFA. With Apex, it's a PA or performance account, and Take Profit Trader, it's your pro accounts. So daily loss limit, again, with Topstep if you're not on Topstep X. Drawdown type. We see a little change here. With Take Profit Trader, your drawdown was end of day in the eval phase. Once you move over to the funded stage, it's intraday below the buffer, static after you hit your profit buffer, which is huge. With Apex, intraday below buffer and static after profit buffer. Again, remember with intraday, make sure you get familiar. Intraday does include unrealized gains. So Apex and Take Profit Trader intraday below your buffer. Topstep stays end of day. Max loss limit to blow your now your SIM funded account, $4,500 for Take Profit Trader, Apex $5,000, and Topstep $4,500. And then at that point, your max loss limit is based on your total profit. Consistency rule, no consistency rule on the funded stage for Take Profit Trader. With Apex, you have a 30% now consistency rule plus a 30% of drawdown per trade. So let's talk about that. With Apex, you have 30% consistency rule, meaning your highest profit day cannot be more than 30% of your total profit, and 30% drawdown per trade. In other words, let's say your drawdown is $5,000. 5 times 3 is $1,500, you cannot risk more than $1,500 or 30% of your drawdown per trade. Make sure you get very familiar with that rule with Apex. Topstep, no consistency rule. Minimum trading days to get a payout on a funded stage. For Take Profit Trader, 1 day. With Apex, 8 trading days, and they have 8 trading day payout periods. With Topstep, 5 days of $200 plus in profit at the beginning, and then after that you can take your daily payouts as well. Profit split for Take Profit Trader, 80-20. With Apex, you get 100% up to 25K, and then after 25K, it's a 90-10 split. With Topstep, 100% up to 10K, and then 90-10 split, meaning 90% for the trader, 10% for the house. Same thing with Apex and their 90-10 split. Resets. We didn't talk about the resets on the eval stage. Resets on the eval stage for Take Profits Trader is $150 for Apex and $149 for Topstep. Again, that's once you blow your account, you can reset it. On the funded stage, you can reset a Take Profit Trader account, funded account, or a pro account, but it's going to cost you $1,499, $1,499 to reset a funded account or pro account. Apex, no, you blow it, there's no reset. Same thing with Topstep, you go back to the eval stage and buy a new account. Can you trade during the news? With Take Profit Trader, no, and they send you an email the day prior letting you know that the next day there's news, the time that you cannot trade within the news. Minute before, minute after. Apex, you can trade the news. Topstep, you can trade during news as well. Max number of funded accounts or SIM funded accounts with Take Profit Trader 5, with Apex 20, and Topstep 5 accounts or 5 XFAs. All right, now let's take a look at the pros and cons of all three. Take Profit Trader, huge thing, daily payouts available. Of the three, between Take Profit, Apex, and Topstep, Take Profit Trader has the quickest payouts, usually within 1 to 2 business days, depending on the time that you submit that payout request. Take Profit Trader also has very minimal payout denials posted on social media. Why is that important? Well, if you're going to trade with a prop firm, you're going to get to the SIM funded stage, you want to get your payout. And in terms of what I've seen on social media, Take Profit Trader for sure has the least amount of payout denial issues or anything posted on social media. Now, recently, Take Profit Trader has gone through some customer service issues in terms of delays setting up and provisioning funded accounts. I have seen that. But they also have a set path to live funded. In other words, after you hit a certain profit amount, you get transitioned into the live funded program. Another huge thing is no consistency rules in the SIM funded stage. That leaves it open to large amount of payouts without a consistency rule. Apex probably has the longest time to a payout, 5 to 7 day payouts after approval. So when you submit a payout request, it goes through the approval stage. Approval, depending on the amount or the number of PAs, it can go anywhere from a day or 2 to get approved or denied, and then 5 to 7 business days for your deposit. Apex does have the strictest trading rules. You got a 30% consistency rule plus a 30% drawdown rule. So I would say if you can get a payout with Apex, you can get a payout with any prop firm. If you break those rules, which again probably has the toughest prop firm rules out of all futures props, if you break those rules, it's going to be very likely that your payout will be denied. And we've seen that on social media. Multiple traders out there posting payout denials because of broken rules. So I will say that about Apex, there are consistent payout denials posted on social media. Depending on where you are with Apex or your journey with Apex, in other words, how much you've requested in payouts, they may require you to provide email documentation on your trading strategy to approve your payouts. However, one of the pluses and one of the main appeals to Apex is the leverage available. You can buy up to 20 accounts. You can copy trade those 20 accounts. So you can imagine how much leverage you have in terms of payouts with Apex. They recently or very recently started talking about the path to live funded. It's not necessarily based on a certain dollar amount or certain profit you hit and then you get moved. It's more based on equity curves, where you stand in terms of equity per account, and then they can move you over to the live funded stage. There is a probation phase or evaluation phase to get you into funded, or to get you into the live funded stage with Apex. Overall, I think with the appeal with Apex, especially when they have 80-90% discounts, it is still the cheapest way to get yourself into a sim eval or sim funded account to trade futures. It is very cheap to get yourself started trading futures through Apex. Topstep, 5 to 7 day payouts. I think the biggest drawback with Topstep, unless you're trading on Topstep X, but for everybody else who prefers to trade on Rhythmic or Tradeify, or simply doesn't want to use their Topstep X platform because of all the data sharing issues, daily loss limit. It's a huge no-no for me, especially since I trade Rhythmic and Tradeify, but you do have a daily loss limit across all evals and sim-funded accounts or express accounts. If you're not on Topstep X, there is a daily loss limit. You do get occasional payout denials here and there posted on social media. Nothing too crazy, but they are posted on social. They do have a set path to live funded based on certain profit goals or total amount of profit you've taken out on your payouts. And, you know, Topstep does have Topstep TV. I think the coaching, they bring in some talented traders there that you can watch and learn how to trade futures. All right, guys, that wraps up the breakdown of Take Profit Trader, Apex, and Topstep. So which one's the best? Well, that depends on you, your personality, your trading style, and what you value the most. If you want daily payouts and simple rules, Take Profit Trader might be the move for you. If you're after high leverage and the potential for max payouts, Apex might be the play for you as long as you can trade within their tight rules and multiple accounts. If you like Topstep X with daily payouts and scaling opportunities, Topstep might be a fit for you, but you'll need to trade on Topstep X to unlock those perks. Or if you're like me and most traders nowadays, trade them all, diversify. Pick up a few accounts from each prop and work your way towards consistent payouts. Now, I want to hear from you. Which prop are you trading with and why? Drop a comment below and let me know your favorite one. If you learned something today and enjoy this type of content, do me a favor, smash that like button, smash that subscribe, and more importantly, hit that notification bell so that you get notified when I post content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.